Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Now I'm discussing a new topic which is not familiar to you, that is analytic function or holomorphic function. Let's see what the definition is. A function f of z is said to be analytic in a domain D if f of z is defined and differentiable at all points of D, which means a function is defined and have derivatives at all points in a domain D, then we say that the given function is analytic. So it is enough to check the function is defined and it is differentiable or not. If it is differentiable, then we say that it is an analytic function or holomorphic function. So all differentiable functions are analytic. A function f of z is said to be analytic at a particular point z equal to z0 in the domain D if f of z is analytic in a neighborhood of z0. If you are restricting the analyticity to a point z equal to z0, then it is sufficient to be analytic in the neighborhood of z0. So in a domain D, at all points of D, it should be defined and differentiable, and if f of z is said to be analytic at a particular point, then it is enough f of z is analytic in a neighborhood of z0. Note, the non-negative integer powers 1, z, z square are analytic in the entire complex plane, and so are polynomials. Here it is given that non-negative integer powers, that is 1, z, z square, etc. What about 1 by z? It is a negative power, integer power, 1 by z. 1 by z is not defined at z equal to 0. So it will not be analytic. So all non-negative integer powers of z are analytic in the entire complex plane. Then also their linear combinations. Linear combinations of non-negative integer powers are also analytic in the entire complex plane, which means polynomials. That is f of z equal to c0 plus c1z plus c2z square plus etc. plus cn z raised to n, which is the linear combination of non-negative integer powers of z. So polynomials are analytic in the entire plane. Similarly, the trigonometric functions sin z, cos z, then e raised to z, all are analytic in the entire complex plane. Let's see some examples. F of z equal to z square plus 3z. Here the function is in the polynomial form, okay, which is a linear combination of the non-negative integer powers of z. So it is analytic everywhere. Next, f of z equal to 2z divided by z minus 3. Here the function is of rational forms. So this function is defined where the denominator is not equal to 0. So here denominator equal to 0 means z equal to 3. So except z equal to 3, the given function is analytic. So f of z is analytic except at z equal to 3. Next one, f of z equal to 1 by z square minus 1. What is 1 by z square minus 1? 1 by z plus 1 into z minus 1. So denominator equal to 0 means z equal to 1 and minus 1. So the function is analytic except at z equal to 1 and z equal to minus 1. In both these points the function is not defined. So except at z equal to 1 and z equal to minus 1, the function 1 by z square minus 1 is analytic. This is the concept of analytic functions. That is, a function is defined and differentiable at all points of the domain D, then we say that the function is analytic or holomorphic function. Next topic is Cauchy-Riemann equations, that is CR equations. These equations are used to check the given function is analytic or not. Because if you are given a very large function, it is very difficult to find its derivative. So solving these types of equations or finding the analyticity of such functions, we use the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Let's see what is the CR equation. Let f of z equal to u of xy plus I into v of xy, which is a complex function, be defined and continuous in some neighborhood of a point z equal to x plus iy and differentiable at z itself. Then at that point, the first order partial derivatives of u and v exist and satisfy the Cauchy-Riemann equations ux equal to vy, uy equal to minus vx. Which means if you are given a function f of z equal to u plus iv, it is defined and continuous and differentiable at the point z, then its partial order first order partial derivative exists, which means ux, uy, vx, vy, then it satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equation ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. This is the CR equation, ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. What is ux? That is dou u by dou x. Uy is dou u by dou y. Vx is equal to dou v by dou x and vy equal to dou v by dou y, which is the partial derivatives. Because here f of z equal to u of xy plus I into v of xy. That is u and v depends on the variables x and y. If there are more than one independent variable, we use the partial derivative. So here u can be differentiated with respect to x and with respect to y, that is ux and uy, similarly vx and vy. So the Cauchy-Riemann equation is ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. Next, if f of z is analytic in a domain D, those partial derivatives exist and satisfy CR equations at all points in D. That is, if you are given that the given complex function is analytic, which means it satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Next one, this is sufficient part of the definition. That is, if two real valued continuous function u and v of two real variables x and y have continuous first order partial derivatives that satisfy the CR equations, then the complex function is analytic in D. Which means if a complex function f of z equal to u plus iv and u and v are continuous and have first order partial derivatives and it satisfies the CR equations, which means the given function is analytic. So it is a sufficient part of the above theorem. If you want to check a given function is analytic or not, it is enough to show that it satisfies the CR equations. Next we are moving to problems. First problem, are the following functions analytic? We are given some complex functions. Let's see they are analytic or not. First one, f of z equal to z conjugate. Put z equal to x plus iy and f of z equal to u plus iv. So f of z equal to z bar gives u plus iv equal to x minus iy. Here comparing the real parts and imaginary parts on both sides, we get u equal to x and v equal to minus y. Here we are going to check f of z equal to z bar is analytic or not. So it is enough to show that it satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equations. So we want to find the partial derivatives of u with respect to x and y and v with respect to x and y. So let's see what is ux. Ux means dou u by dou x. Ux equal to 1 because u equal to x. So derivative of u with respect to x is equal to 1. And what about uy? Here u equal to x, no terms of y. So with respect to y, the partial derivative of u equal to 0. Next, we are moving to find the first order partial derivatives of v. Here v equal to minus y, no terms of x. So vx equal to 0. Then what about vy? Partial derivative of v with respect to y, that is minus 1. Now check the Cauchy-Riemann equations, that is ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. Here ux is equal to 1 and vy equal to minus 1, which are not equal. So here uy equal to minus vx, but ux not equal to vy. Therefore, the given function f of z equal to z bar is not analytic because it does not satisfy the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Next problem, f of z equal to e raised to x into cos y plus I sin y. Here it may be distributed, then this of the form e raised to x into cos y plus I into e raised to x into sin y. Then equating the real part and imaginary part, we get u equal to e raised to x cos y and v equal to e raised to x sin y. Next, we want to find what is ux, uy and vx, vy. What is ux? Ux is equal to, that is partial derivative of u with respect to x, keeping y term constant. So here cos y is a constant term. Then derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So ux equal to e raised to x into cos y. Similarly, what is uy? With respect to y. So keeping x as a constant. So e raised to x is constant. Then the derivative of cos y is minus sin y. So uy equal to minus e raised to x into sin y. Similarly, vx equal to, keeping the y term constant, then derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So vx equal to e raised to x into sin y. Then for finding vy, keeping x term as a constant, then derivative of sin y is cos y. So vy equal to e raised to x cos y. Then let's check what about the CR equations. Here ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus of vx. So here the Cauchy-Riemann equations are satisfied. Therefore, the given function is analytic. Next problem, f of z equal to I into z bar. Put z equal to x plus iy and f of z equal to u plus iv. We get f of z equal to I into x plus iy into x minus iy. On multiplication, we get I into x square plus y square. Here, the real part is missing. So, u equal to 0 and v equal to x square plus y square. Hence, we get ux and uy as 0 because u equal to 0. And what about vx and vy? Vx equal to, in derivation with respect to x, we get 2x and vy equal to 2y. Here, the Cauchy-Riemann equations are not satisfied. Therefore, the function is not analytic. Next problem, f of z equal to real part of z square minus I into imaginary part of z square. First of all, find what is z square. Z square is x plus iy the whole square, which is equal to x square minus y square plus I into 2xy. Here the function is real part of z square minus I into imaginary part of z square. So substituting the real part and imaginary part, we get f of z equal to x square minus y square minus I into 2xy. So here u equal to x square minus y square and v equal to minus 2xy. Next, find the partial derivatives. Ux equal to 2x, uy equal to minus 2y, vx equal to minus 2y, vy equal to minus 2x. Here the Cauchy-Riemann equations are not satisfied. Therefore, the function is not analytic. Next problem, f of z equal to sin z, which is an important problem. Usually, this question is asked for KTU exam. Here, f of z equal to sin z. I am already said that the trigonometric functions sin z, cos z is analytic everywhere, which is the entire complex plane. So let's see how check this. F of z equal to sin z, which is equal to sin of x plus iy. That is, put z equal to x plus iy and f of z equal to u plus iv. Then what is sin of x plus iy? Sin of a plus b expansion. That is equal to sin x cos iy plus cos x sin iy. Here there is no real part, there is no imaginary part. So we want to simplify the expression. What is cos iy? Cos ix equal to cos hx and sin ix equal to I sin hx. That is hyperbolic functions. So here we get sin x into cos hy plus I into cos x into sin hy. Now we get u equal to sin x into cos hy and v equal to cos x into sin hy. Next we are going to find the partial derivatives. Ux means keeping the y term constant. So cos hy is a constant term. What is the derivative of sin x? Cos x. So ux equal to cos x cos hy. Similarly uy means sin x is a constant term. So sin x into cos hy derivative. Here cos hy, which means it is a hyperbolic function. So its derivative is positive sin hx. So uy equal to sin x into sin hy. Similarly, vx equal to minus sin x sin hy, vy equal to cos x cos hy. Next, check it satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Here ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. Therefore, it satisfies the Cauchy-Riemann equations and sin z is analytic everywhere. Next problem, f of z equal to e raised to z. Substitute z equal to x plus iy, we get e raised to x plus iy, which is equal to e raised to x into e raised to iy. Next, what is e raised to I theta? That is cos theta plus I sin theta. So substitute e raised to iy as cos y plus I sin y. So the expression is e raised to x cos y plus I into e raised to x sin y. So f of z equal to e raised to x cos y plus I into e raised to x sin y. This problem is already discussed. That is refer question number 2. Next problem, f of z equal to argument of z. What is argument of z? That is angle theta. So it is equal to tan inverse y by x. Here f of z equal to tan inverse y by x. Here there is no imaginary part, which means v equal to 0. Okay, so here u equal to tan inverse y by x and v equal to 0. Since v equal to 0, we have vx and vy equal to 0. Now let's check what is ux and uy. Ux is equal to function of function tan inverse of y by x. So first we want to find the derivative of tan inverse, then again the derivative of y by x. Here I am going to find ux. So 1 by 1 plus y by x the whole square into with respect to x. So keeping y constant, so 1 by x derivative minus y by x square upon simplification we get it equal to minus y divided by x square plus y square. Similarly uy means derivative of tan inverse, that is 1 by 1 plus y by x the whole square into with respect to y. So 1 by x is a constant term. Derivative of y is 1. So into 1 by x, that is equal to x divided by x square plus y square. And vy is equal to 0. Here the Cauchy-Riemann equations are not satisfied. Therefore f of z equal to argument of z is not analytic. Next problem, f of z equal to log mod z plus I into argument of z. That is equal to log of, what is mod z? Root of x square plus y square plus I into, what is argument of z? Tan inverse y by x. So here u equal to log of root x square plus y square and v equal to tan inverse y by x. Let's see what is the partial derivatives. Ux is equal to, first of all we want to find the derivative of log. So 1 by root of x square plus y square. Then moving to the inner function, that is square root. So derivative is 1 by 2 root of x square plus y square. Again the inner part is x square plus y square, derivative of x square plus y square with respect to x, that is 2x. So the answer is x divided by x square plus y square. Similarly, uy equal to y divided by x square plus y square. And v equal to tan inverse y by x. In the previous example, we find the derivative with respect to x and y. So here vx equal to minus y divided by x square plus y square, and vy equal to x divided by x square plus y square. So here the Cauchy-Riemann equations are satisfied. Therefore, the given function is analytic.